Hello there and welcome back to the Aztecs. Last time, well, we did a little bit something. We created some trouble for Castile that we westernized, and we're basically set now, I think, to start making some other gains and all that. But there's still something that's kind of worrisome, and that is that Castile do have a pretty big presence in the area, colony-wise, and we'll definitely have to fight them and take a lot of these colonies from them. And I think that'll actually give me overextension, which in turn will be rather difficult to deal with. But for now, I think we'll just aim at potentially actually try and ally them, and then fight not Portugal. Apparently, they're actually allied with France as well. So yeah, kind of weird alliance system here. But England could potentially then become a target rather than the Spaniards, more or less, and hopefully we can get ourselves over to Europe and start conquering here. Potentially Mali, as I said, is target, at least Ashanti. But yeah, there's a lot of things that needs to be considered before we can start doing any of that. So for the time being, I'll just keep on colonizing. I'm pretty sure we'll declare war now on Shawnee, vassalize them, then do the same with Huron, and then march down to the Incas and do the exact same thing there. So yeah, we'll be trying to colonize and take as much or as many colonies as we can, but there's probably a limit to how many we will get. So we'll simply have to sit by and see what happens. We'll probably not go to Europe for another 50-70 years or so. We'll simply focus on colonizing. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how things turn out. And for now, I'll just get ready, as I said, for most likely a war with Shawnee. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Our ancestors are watching. Recently, people have begun to doubt the legitimacy of our reign. We need to remind them of our right to rule. Glory to our ancestors. Build the biggest monument thinkable. Build a nice statue of one of my ancestors. No, we'll take glory because this one simply gives revolt risk, and it gives it for 50 years. That is kind of bad. So we'll take glory. It's only 100 ducats. We make what, 8 or 9 a month, so it's not really a problem. And we are basically now ready to go ahead and declare war on Shawnee here. And there we go. It should, as I said, be a rather easy war. I don't think I'll hire anything because I need the military power simply to try and catch up here with the Spaniards. I believe they are level 14 or something now. Yeah, they're at 14. We are at 4. We're actually only at level 4. So we do have a lot of catching up to do. And it will definitely take a while to do that. But for now, we'll go ahead and take down Shawnee. Well, I underestimated the Shawnee army, but I also overestimated my own. And as a result of that, we have been pinging back and forth now for quite a while. I also had to hire well, to be perfectly honest, I've been forced to hire a bunch of mercenaries, but it should be fine even so. As you can see, sieges are currently coming along, but they do still have, as I said, or as you can see, quite a lot of troops yet. So I'm currently using, well, not going too far forward, I guess I could say. So for the time being, I'll simply have to try and do some sieges, try and get slowly but surely forward, and then we'll see if we can vassalize these guys rather quickly, more or less. So hopefully we can pull it off, but no promises. They are still being kind of obnoxious and attacking us. But at the very least, we can take some new technology here. We got Diplomacy Tech 4, the Marketplace and Dock. It basically allows him to do both, along with a bit of a longer trade range, which should help out. This one will be especially good. It will help my trade efficiency, so definitely boosting my economy a bit. We also take standardized pikes, level 5, combat with increased by 2, infantry shock by 0.15. I can now have men at arms and longbow. I should probably have waited for that before I declare war, but well, sometimes things don't go as planned. So for the time being, we'll just keep on trying to get what we wanted, which is basically just vassalization of Shawnee. And it'll cost me 100% war score. It'll probably take a little while, but nothing else to do about that. I'll simply fight this war and then we'll go straight up to Huron. Or I'll probably just send the mercenary army up to Huron to deal with it. So we'll see how that turns out. As you can see, we finally have the war score needed to vassalize Shawnee, and we'll do it straight away. Not surprisingly, I might add. With this, we now have, well, we are setting ourselves up for some some better gains here. We also have some colonies here that are becoming, well, complete, which needs to be called before I get overextended from them. I believe it might still happen. And as you can see, these 2 colonies are almost done, and we'll be aiming at taking these 2 before Castile does, and quite possibly this island as well. But for the time being, we'll be focusing on vassalizing Huron and Shawnee, simply because to make sure that Castile or anyone else doesn't do that. But also by vassalizing them, we are more or less securing ourselves here to some extent, simply due to the fact that by having or by taking them, we should be able to basically block off this area so that Castile will only get the coast of North America, and then we can simply take it once we get ready to fight it. Oh, it's a little bit surprising that no one has colonized Bermuda yet, but I guess it's to be expected. But yeah, for the time being, we'll just be colonizing, trying to take down most of the natives so that we can use them for our own benefit, I guess I should say. And I guess I'll also just go ahead and send horses, and only the horses, with the mercenary army, because of the fact that well, they will be helpful to do this one flanking with, and hopefully then I'll be able to regain some of my manpower as well. So for now, we'll be marching, I believe, straight for Huron here, and then we'll go straight down to the Incas afterwards, which should be interesting enough. We'll declare war. We'll also send someone to improve relations. I want to integrate these guys as soon as possible. And, well, not much else to say. I'll fight Huron, and once I'm done with that, I'll probably march down on Incas. So we'll see how that goes. Administrative tech 6 has been reached, 3 field rotation, and with that we also get production efficiency increased by 10%. I can now build a farm estate, and all in all it should help out quite a bit, really. So I'll be continuing well, the war more or less against these guys. We are doing reasonably well, I dare say. We aren't doing too bad. We have suffered a bunch of losses though, so we might have to try and be a little bit more careful, but for the time being, not really that much I can do other than just, well, try and make this work. They are attacking us here, and I think they actually might be able to win, which is kind of a spooky thing to say, but no, we'll be able to pull or to ward them off this time too. I'll have to try and get them to attack me, because otherwise I'll definitely be losing this war. I basically have the same level of our armies are basically the same level, and I've also forgotten to actually go ahead and upgrade these guys to, well, men-at-arms, so that's kind of bad, but the mercenaries won't upgrade with them, so it should be fine. We only have to be a little bit careful and take this war slowly, but we'll definitely be winning it sooner or later. So once again, it's not something that needs to be worried about. All it basically needs to be done now is focus on getting the colonies done and try and cut off Castile and England from taking, well, basically the inland of North America. I'll probably also wait until these guys get into a kind of an interesting war here. They're losing a war against Crimea. Are they actually putting any troops into that? But it's still way too early for me to actually try and fight them or take anything back. I still need to have a lot of military power to simply catch up with them. And as you can see here, we need to get this guy would help with the military power aspect of things, but I'll still be behind in diplomacy tactics and things like that. So we definitely have a dilemma before us, and that is how long we can allow ourselves to sit back and just try and catch up in tech and all that. So really have to consider how we'll fight that. Apparently they attacked me and ended up wiping their entire army, which is of course positive for me, because that means they don't actually have anything to protect themselves with anymore. And I should also just then be able to take 1 or 2 more sieges, and then we are virtually done with this war. But yeah, I think we're done here. So I'll just go ahead, siege and make peace, and then I'll get back to you. Yeah, that's done, so I can send these guys to kill off those peasants. Should probably consider setting up an extra colony now I think about things. So I might actually go ahead and do that. Yeah, I might actually go ahead and do that straight away. We'll recall that guy and send him there. And I'll have... I think I can send these guys to take that one instead. Yes, I know it's mercenaries, but my manpower is out, so I can't actually do anything else than that. So yeah, as I said, siege this, get Huron to submit, as it were, and then I think we are ready to make peace here. when can I escape with these guys? 25th of November. They'll probably be kind of wiped out by then, so I guess I'll send these guys to help, although I don't like it because it draws out the sieging times, and they were actually wiped out before that, which is even worse. Are these guys capable of running away? Yeah, they are. So I guess we'll set up here. And yes, that's bad on me. I should never have attacked them on their own turf. So I guess we'll go ahead and retreat for now, and we'll prepare for another battle soon enough, or they'll actually be attacking us. So no, they're going for that sieged province. So that gives us one opportunity. That was not what I wanted to do. Damn it! I guess we'll have to get some new mercenaries and march up there again. We do have men-at-arms now, so that's good. And yes, I know I'm good at messing up quite a bit, so for now we'll be hiring those guys. I think we'll just despawn these guys, even though I believe some of it is my armies. But yeah, we'll just send these guys home as soon as we can, and that should be fair enough. There are, of course, some Iroquois nationalists too that I have to deal with, but for the time being, it seems that everything is going wrong here. Yeah, not a lot of things going right, so I guess I'll have to deal with that. But for now, I'll just get my mercenaries back up and send them to Huron. It's terrible play, I know, and you have my apologies, but I guess that's what happens when you play like this. I'm sorry. We'll see how it goes. Diplomatic technology 5 has been reached. Basic financial instruments gives a trade efficiency increased by 10%, and that should also help my economy a little bit, although it's rather crappy right now due to the fact that I have 5 colonies and a bunch of mercenaries running around, but should be fine even so. I might actually have to focus on trying to reduce my war exhaustion here, and I might actually also have to reduce inflation, so I think I might just do that straight away. Reduce it back to 0. Other than that, as I said, we'll be now getting my mercenaries now, march them into Huron, and we'll be doing, well, the final sieges more or less. I have definitely been messing up a lot more than I should have, but nothing to do about that right now. I'll have to simply make the best out of the situation here. So sieging is definitely our priority right now, and hopefully I can make it work out this time and not mess up as bad last time. So we'll see how it turns out. We have finally won, and the vassalization is a fact here, which means that I can basically now, I guess, despawn these guys. No use for them, quite literally. No real reason to have them around anymore. Even with Canada self-sustaining, I can't actually afford them, so we'll simply despawn them, earn back some money, and then we'll basically recreate that army and march it south. I think that should work out just fine. But as said, for the time being, we'll take military tax 6, the Arquebus, and it gives military tax plus 0.25, combat with increased by 2, infantry shock by 0.3, and well, it should help a little bit for my armies at least, but not straight away, I think. We have also started colonization of Lipan here, and also these two. So yeah, we are doing pretty damn well, I dare say. We are growing, and I'll probably have to wait a little while simply to allow my war exhaustion to be depleted here. We have some attrition issues. I have no idea where. Probably peasant tax or peasant rebels or something like that, but I honestly have no idea right now. So yeah, we'll have to see or figure out what's causing the issue, and solve it more or less. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of a hilarious side note here. As you can see, the Reformation have actually hit this province here, the one where the peasants actually rose up. And I do find that quite hilarious because, well, no real reason for them to actually rise up like that. And apparently the English, well, they are Protestants, so that I can understand. That's probably what actually brought the Reformation over here. But as you can see, it actually hasn't hit that hard in Europe. So that I get a reformed province over here is definitely surprising. And I find it kind of annoying, to be honest. But since it is, I have no idea if Reformation actually hit the colonies, but well, if it didn't, then it's weird. If it did, then I can kind of understand it, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. And as you can see, I'm currently just improving the relations with both of these so that I can start the process of, well, sooner or later integrate them, I guess. I will hope that I can. Let's see, when can I start the integration of these guys? 30th of November 1593, it's 5 years time. That's basically a good thing. I'll not be going probably north or anything. I'll probably just, once I get these guys, or once I integrate them, I'll probably colonize this colony right here. That should block them off nicely, the Spaniards that is. And then I'll probably try and get this middle ground here before anyone else does. And, well, we'll see how that works out. But for now, as I said, just try to colonize as much as possible, get myself an empire built up over here, and then we'll hit Europe. Probably go for Morocco, Algiers or something here, see who has cores where. I kind of hoping that the Fes would rise up, but it seems they haven't. So I might actually have to go for, let's say here, going after France or someone, release or take Normandy, if they're still around at the time that I arrive. But it seems like that won't be the case. It seems like most of these guys will be long gone, except for Galicia. So I might actually have to fight Portugal first, take Galicia, and then feed them most of the Iberian heartlands, I think. It will definitely be an interesting thing to see how find out how that works. We'll definitely be fighting Castile, Portugal, and England before we go over, simply due to the fact they have a lot of colonies. And these colonies will basically be making me a lot of money. I'll probably get Castilian as an accepted culture too, I might think. But yeah, we'll have to consider how we'll do this. Castile does not like me right now. They're the 14. I believe that means they have 2 or 3 troops ahead of me. Yeah, there are 3 heads or 3 troops ahead of me. Once I get Mauritian infantry, we're probably quite in trouble. But if I can at least get Galaglaes before, or Condottes, Lanskten, and Reform before they attack, I think we'll be able to repel them to some extent. I simply have to allow myself to get manpower back up. It will definitely take a while. I'll probably be reliant on mercenaries for quite a while, probably to take down the Incas as well. But for the time being, not really that much else we can do. We'll simply have to focus on teching up, catching up with the others, and I have no idea what I'll take as my second idea group. I'm kind of tempted to simply go for expansion, due to the fact I'll get an extra colonist, I'll get an extra merchant. Basically, all of these are good things that will be helpful. But what I can potentially also do then is go west. Basically, go westwards over to Asia and start conquest right now. Basically, going after India, Ming, Japan, and everything from the west side, or basically going westwards to get some better grounds. My armies will be able to fight over there, and they'll also be able to fight pretty good. Except for if I were to go after the Europeans, they'd definitely not be working that well. But if I go after, well, as I said, Japan, that could work out to my advantage here. And apparently, there is incoming trade to Mexico as well, so it's not a bad move. Trade-wise either. I might actually be able to force some trade from India over too if I'm really lucky. But yeah, that's definitely something I might actually do. Send a 20k mercenary army over there to fight for me. I'll probably go after Japan first, or it'll probably depend on what I find over there. So once we get a little bit further down the diplomacy line, I think. Let's see, when do we get the next one? Level 9. I might actually go for getting myself up to level 9, get caravels that I can then send over. Or I might actually go straight now for the expansion idea set, and that should give me these 2. Not really that important. This one could help a little bit, but not much admittedly. But yeah, the ideas for the Aztecs aren't really that good. So I might actually just try and improve my diplomacy tech to get a fleet that can match the Spaniards, and then we'll be focusing on that. On that note too, I might actually go for the naval ideas to help myself out there. And that is actually something that I'm considering right now. Naval, expansion. I'll probably go naval and expansion first, and then take a couple of military ideas to be able to fight on par with the armies of Europe. But there's a lot of things that need to be considered. And I've been chatting away now for 5 minutes, which I do apologize, but that's basically what I'm planning here. Colonize as much of North and South America as possible. Fight Asia before I can fight Europe. Basically get my tech up to the same level. But yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see what happens, but for now, that's all I can do. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.